Sunday, their league opener against Villarreal. Sport has published what they think will be Koeman's first competitive 11 with Barcelona. Of course, as you mentioned, it will be a 4-2-3-1, quite the departure from the traditional 4-3-3. According to Sport, guys, we're going to see Messi as the false nine, not Griezmann. Griezmann then dropped into one of those three spots behind Messi. You've got, let's see, Busquets, De Jong ahead of Pjanic, still recovering in the two. And we should note Ter Stegen out injured. That means Neto will get the start in goal. Ale, you first. What do you make of Messi in the false nine here? That's very throwback to the Pep days. Will it work? Is that Barcelona's best 11?
I don't think so. I don't think that that's a position that now Messi is more comfortable playing. What we have seen from Lionel Messi, and it's just watching and analyzing his performances, is his propensity and tendency to drop off, to actually be in a playmaking position, to have freedom to go anywhere that he wants and everybody else adjusts to him. Yeah, sometimes he'll appear inside the 18-yard box, but for the most part, he's trailing the play. He is the one providing the passes. He is the one that's switching the ball over the top to Jordi Alba on the left-hand side. He is the one that is picking out the overlapping run on the right-hand side. He is trailing the play, and it's what we have seen. Other than him going at somebody and dribbling a couple of guys and actually appearing in a central position, more time than not, we have seen Lionel Messi over the last 12 to 18 months become more of a playmaker than an actual finisher. So this false nine, okay, it's all great, but if he takes himself out of the box, then who's going to appear inside that 18-yard box? Who is it that's going to finish the chances? And that is a huge question for Barcelona to answer, not just because of Lionel Messi and the role that he plays, but the role that everybody else plays. And none of them actually would fill that gap and would fill the role of an out-and-out striker. Everybody else is just kind of hanging around the 18-yard box, but you don't have a guy inside the 18-yard box that will actually finish the chances provided by the ball played over the top by Lionel Messi.
Jules, you just mentioned something that Koeman said about Griezmann. We got to get him back into his position. This doesn't really seem to solve that problem. Are we going to continue to have the uncomfortable fit with Griezmann in this Barcelona 11, even now that Suarez is gone?
I think so. I'm afraid if that's the formation, and it looks very likely, and if that's the team, and it looks very likely as well, I just don't know what kind of Griezmann we will see. I don't think he can express himself fully in that position. I think it could be quite fluid between him and Messi on who's the deepest and who's the highest on the pitch. However, I just don't think you get the best out of Griezmann in that position. I think him and Messi will probably be in the same zones or in the same areas. If you look at Coutinho on the left-hand side, he was going to come inside and probably be, again, in a similar area and zone than Messi and Griezmann. So, and on the right-hand side, if you pick Trincao, for example, ahead of Dembele and Ansu Fati, who would actually make the run behind, then you've got no one running. So, I don't know. I'm really curious to see what Koeman goes for. I'm really curious to see that game against a good Villarreal team under Unai Emery, and I just think it's going to be fascinating. But there's already a case of not much movement, a lot of players quite close to each other, a lot of that little passing and intricate passes, but not giving you much. I'm not convinced already.
Yeah, what you have to find, Seb, is a change of pace. And where is that change of pace going to come from? It's not going to come from Coutinho if he's cutting to the inside. It's not going to come from Griezmann if he's dropping underneath. Where is the change of pace? Where is the 1v1 situation that you're going to break somebody down, that you're more direct, that you're able to go at somebody? It's going to come from a guy like Ansu Fati or Dembele. If you're not utilizing those guys, then you don't have a change of pace. And so therefore, everything is side to side to side, a little bit forward, back, side to side again. And so you just sit behind the ball. If you're Villarreal or any other team, you're organized and you say, all right, well, let's see you guys break us down. You haven't been good enough with your possession over the last year and a half. Let's see if you're good enough with your possession in the attacking half. If you can't break us down, good luck with that.
Hey, we should also mention Coutinho, a guy who was forgotten a year ago, scoring against him in the Champions League for Bayern Munich, now back into this probable 11 for Ronald Koeman. Jules, what do you think? Is that the spot for him?
I think he deserves a second chance. I think he arrived at a difficult time. He certainly, I think there was a lot of things that he had to digest, like the transfer fee, for example. I think his move to Bayern Munich, even if he didn't play every single minute of every game, but maybe did him some good. He obviously won trophies there, and the Hansi Flick, he certainly at times looked like the players that he was at Liverpool. So I think he deserves another chance. But again, he has to be in a right position, in the right environment. And I've always thought anyway that for Coutinho to be at his real best, you have to build a team around him. This team is not going to be built around him, and rightly so, I guess. So I don't know what kind of Coutinho we will see, but he deserves a second chance, and let's hope that the attitude is right, that he's motivated, and that he can work and play with Messi and Griezmann, and that they could actually have little triangles together, that him and Jordi Alba on the left-hand side could work well together too. And then, in a way, I hope for the best. But again, like we've been saying, I'm not that optimistic.
I mean, Ale, for all the alarm bells we're sounding, you look at that front four on paper, just the names, Griezmann, Messi, Coutinho, Fati probably as well. It's hard to think of too many top fours that are that much better. How do you think Coutinho, how optimistic are you about Coutinho this season?
I don't have any reasons to be truly optimistic about Coutinho. Let's not forget that he goes to Bayern Munich, and initially he was given an opportunity to see where he fit in and see if indeed he could be an answer for them in the attacking half. And quickly that became a no thanks. You're going to come off the bench. I see a player in Coutinho that needed a change of scenery, and coming back to Barcelona is not that change of scenery. However, there's been reports of his commitment. There's been reports of how much he has worked and gotten himself ready for the season, and that there is that level of motivation that he went straight from Champions League final to Barcelona to begin his preparation. If all those things are true and you have a motivated Coutinho, he's talented enough to create problems for you. So on paper, you have a lot of good pieces. The question is whether those pieces fit together. And so for me, you have Lionel Messi, who's going to float around. Antoine Griezmann, who likes to float around. Coutinho, who'll drift inside as well. Okay, so where are the spaces going to be? Where is it that you're going to create the mismatches? Well, it'll have to be on the flanks. That's where the outlet is going to be. So the critical aspect and the critical piece for me is the growth and maturation of Ansu Fati. And if he is given an opportunity to play with consistency, whether this kid can take the next step. And if he does, he gives Barcelona a different dimension in the attack.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.